Our next speaker is Ms. Anita Tibau.
Thank you. My name is Anita Tibau. I'm a Latina, and I am the Director of Californians for Green Dentistry. I have been doing advocacy work on dentistry for over a decade. I have been working with local, state, national, and international agencies. I've been around the world. I've had the opportunity to witness firsthand the devastating impact of FDA's failure to communicate the risks of dental mercury to the Spanish-speaking community. The FDA is charged with protecting the public. You have this on your website. And yet, when it comes to mercury and dental amalgam, you seem to be completely ignorant. You are all supposed to be experts in your respective fields, and yet you can continue for decades to let mercury, the most toxic, non-radioactive material, go into the mouths of babies. Seeing this agency that everyone around the world calls the gold standard do absolutely nothing when it comes to mercury in dentistry is contemptible. To say that you are a transparent agency is a joke. Spanish-speaking people in this country do not have the same access to the internet, making this entire segment of our population vulnerable and exposed. We are taxpayers like everyone else and expect our government to protect us. Mi gente have told me their dentists have never, ever used the word mercurio in any discussion. Instead, mercury amalgam is deceptively called la amalgama plata, silver fillings. Dr. Shuren, you told European regulators that, quote, we don't use our people as guinea pigs in the US, but FDA admits that amalgam can cause neurological harm in young children. Their developing neurological systems are more sensitive to the neurotoxin effects of mercury vapor, says the FDA. And FDA admits there is no evidence that amalgam is safe in children under the age of 6. No clinical information is available, says the FDA. So why are small Latino children like Anthony Garcia and Zachary Martinez being used as guinea pigs to test a mercury product? Did anyone tell their mothers it is mercurio? How dare you sit up there and let this happen to little kids of any race or ethnicity? This child's mouth is ruined, and no one knows what the health implications will be for him. How can you let this toxic material continue to be used? Do you think that any parent in their right mind would allow a dentist to put this toxic poison into their child's mouth just a few inches from their brain if they knew it was mercury? You have heard the cries of consumers and citizens. You've heard from public officials. And now, our Commander-in-Chief, President Barack Obama, said in his address to Congress, I reject the arguments that says for the economy to grow, we have to roll back protections that keep our kids from being exposed to mercury. Because of the FDA's failure to disclose this information to our communities, we have to do your work. We are telling the people what you should be telling us. California cities such as Costa Mesa and Santa Ana have passed resolutions calling on the FDA to ban dental mercury. And they have warnings to parents that say dental amalgam used in many dental fillings causes exposure to mercury, a chemical known to the state of California to cause birth defects or other reproductive harm. Around the world, amalgam is no longer used in children, even in developing countries and especially in Latin America. They are switching to mercury-free alternatives like atraumatic restorative material, commonly known as ART. ART restorations are ideal for children. They cost half as much as amalgam, and according to Pan American Health Organization, they're painless to place, so children cooperate with the treatment, and they can be placed outside of clinics, and they can do it in schools. So why are Hispanic kids in America being subjected to dental mercury when kids in Latin America are benefiting from modern alternatives like ART? Has any one of you ever heard the term fiduciary duty, ethical principle, moral values, or even first do no harm. I am so tired of coming before this agency and watching the hundreds of people parade before you all saying the obvious. Mercury is a poison. So what would I like to see? I'd like the FDA to tell everyone that dental mercury is a neurotoxin that poses health risks, and please post it in Spanish. Put this on your website on the first page, not buried deep inside an obscure document. When people have limited access to the internet, this is imperative. And finally, just one more thing. Stop implanting mercury and dental fillings in all kids. Gracias.